going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Matt, and this is the Ironbar Explorers. We recently embarked on a journey through the Great Smoky Mountains, and one of my favorite excursions was riding upon the Great Smoky Mountains Railroad. We left from Pigeon Forge bright and early and made a quick pit stop at a couple of the best places for coffee and breakfast in the area, namely the Donut Fryer and Coffee & Company, as a quick pick-me-up to get our day started out on the right foot. I enjoyed a maple pancakes-flavored cold brew, a French cruller, and a cinnamon twist donut. Then we traversed the windy road through the mountains to the small town of Bryson City, North Carolina, home of the Great Smoky Mountains Railroad. Bryson City is an adorable little mountain town. It only has a couple of roads lined with tourist shops, bars, and restaurants. It's certainly a great way to kill some time while you're waiting for the train, and I'm pretty sure that's how they get the majority of their business. It was beaming with old school charm, and there was even a great place to get a photo with a caboose. Finally, it was time to hop aboard the train. We decided to go with the outdoors compartment since it seemed like a far nicer way to experience the environment of the mountains. It was a beautiful day for it as well. The smell of the crisp autumn air really made it feel like fall had finally arrived. The seats were comfortable and spacious enough so you didn't feel like you were crammed in next to people you didn't even know. The train was huge. It was a steam train and the cars seemed to go on forever. Towards the center of the train, there was a little dining compartment where you could enjoy a variety of different snacks. We vouched for some boiled peanuts and pulled pork nachos. I mean, after all, we were in North Carolina. The train ride took about 4.5 hours altogether. We drove through the mountains, past trees, and a beautiful lake. We experienced people next door to us canoeing, kayaking, and whitewater rafting. It was a very special experience because whenever we approached, people would be smiling and waving. It made us feel like we were superstars. The train stopped for an hour at the Nantala Outdoor Center. Here, people could get out and stretch their legs, use the restroom, and even grab a bite to eat at the nearby bar and grill. It has its own campground, and you can do a whole bunch of outdoor activities if you decide to stay longer than we actually did. As I mentioned, you can hop aboard a number of different boats and have a great time out there on the river. It's an intense body of water with a lot of rapids, so you need to be an experienced paddler to tackle it. They do, however, offer a paddling school, which I highly recommend if you want to go out on the river. We hopped on board the Great Smoky Mountains Railroad and experienced much of what we saw the first time around. They did, however, encourage us to switch sides so we could see different things. I need to give you all a hot tip, however, and say that the right side of the compartment does get much better views. The other side is facing trees, and you don't get to see much on that side. Therefore, I'm glad that they do encourage switching sides, so that way everybody can get a great experience. Once we arrived back to the station, they encouraged us to take some time and check out the Smoky Mountains Train Museum. It's a model railroad museum which has a few interesting interactive model train cars set up. They also have a collection of over 7,000 Lionel model train engines. Plus, there was a gift shop with my favorite, a crushed penny machine. I had a wonderful time aboard the Great Smoky Mountains Railroad. I do have to offer you all a little bit of advice, however. This is an all-day experience. Don't think you're going to be able to do this for a few hours and get back to catch a dinner show or anything of that nature. You're going to be out here all day. It takes roughly an hour and a half to wind your way through the mountains to Bryson City, and you have to repeat that all going back. The train ride is also about a 4.5 hour long ride. So altogether, that's roughly 7.5 hours in total. It's certainly worth it, however, and I highly recommend getting there early so you can check out the museum and the cute town of Bryson City. Just keep in mind all of this when you're making your vacation plans. There are a number of different adventures that you can embark on upon the Great Smoky Mountains Railroad. There's the Natala Gorge excursion, which is the one that we did. There's also the Tuskegee River excursion, which traverses you over to the town of Dillsboro. The Sunset Tuck seems like a fun adventure and escorts you to the filming location of the Harrison Ford movie, The Fugitive. For those of you who like to drink, the Carolina Shine Moonshine experience is one for you, and in the winter, they offer the Polar Express, which is perfect for children and families. They also have a variety of different service classes depending on your own personal taste. We vouched for the open air gondola, which is perfect for people who want to take in all of the views. If you're worried about the elements, but you don't want to break the bank, I would go with the coach class. This escalates from there with Coach Plus, Crown Class, Premium Open Air Gondolas, and Adult First Class. Many of these are more expensive options and even include a meal with free refills on soda, and some even have their own bar. Whichever way you decide to spend your time on the Great Smoky Mountain Railroad, you know that you're going to have a blast. I know that my fiance and I certainly did. It's great for couples like us or whole families. You could even have fun flying solo if you're a big train geek like me. I highly recommend it.